Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, guys, they come in off that loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Pacers, they've got Paul George teed out there with Terrence Ross. And it's Cool Hands. And it's Gortat in at center. You can say so much about Marc Gasol and his defensive impact. As we all know, the Defensive Player of the Year back in 2013.
Yeah, tremendous size, Kevin, and the awareness to always get his body and frame in the right place to help anchor his team's defense.
Ross on the wing. Wide open look. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score. You know, and for Marc Gasol, he might not generate a ton of blocks or steals, but here's a guy that understands positioning from a defensive standpoint, and he's able to just stay in front, challenge shots, and also provide help to his teammates.
Just 2 to shoot. They get the rebound. Gasol, a screen on Teague. Left side, Gasol. Gasol missing again.
And Marc Gasol has plenty of size to hold his ground on the inside. I'm always amazed how well he moves away from the paint. One of his great strengths, I believe. And although not the quickest, he has unbelievable footwork, which allows him to cover so much ground.
No good. And it's Memphis the other way.
Certainly not the dream start they were hoping for, going 1 for 4 early.
Lowry with the ball. Picked up by Teague. The screen from Thompson. Lowry kicks to Thompson. Outside Brent. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant one foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Lowry passes to Thompson. Bradley sets the pick for Lowry. Outside Hill. This one for 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Hill's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Teague with the ball. Now guarded by Bradley. And George kicks to Simmons. Outside Teague. The shot by George, wide open. Indiana again missing.
You know, Dave Joerger, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
Lowry kicks to Thompson. The kick out to Hill. Count the bucket.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
Dishes it to Gortat. There's a screen by Gortat. George passes to Gortat. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. And the success we've been mentioning with Coach Dave Joerger. He was the second fastest active coach to get to 100 wins.
And Kevin made his way in terms of coaching, started in the D-League and other minor leagues before becoming an assistant with the Grizzlies. And really was the architect, if you will, of the defense that his team is so well known for. He's done a lot for this franchise and looks to be on track to become their winningest coach ever. You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Ross dishes to George. Up top, Gortat. He kicks it to Simmons. Stolen by Thompson. Ross against Hill. The screen from Thompson. Gasol, a screen on Teague. It's tipped. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. JaVale McGee's checked in for Gortat. Julius Randle comes in for Cool Hands. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Terrence Ross. And it's Williams in for Teague. Back to Payton. The pass to Ginobili. And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Now here's Payton. Here's Splitter. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Splitter's got his first 2 points of the night.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bazemore. Randle kicks to McGee. Pass to Bazemore. Outside Williams. Fires from deep. Bazemore misses.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
Now here's Payton. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And the wide open shot from Ginobili. Hits it from three-point range. And it's a 7-point Grizzly lead.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
I like the activity there, keeping the ball alive and creating some second-chance buckets.
Here's George. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Grizzlies out in front. They lead by 5. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Yeah, it's due to their hustle, as you said, Greg, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, too.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
On the court for Indiana, Kent Bazemore is out there with Julius Randle. And there's JaVale McGee. Then there's Lewis Williams. And it's Ross in the shooting guard. Fires for 3. Here's Bazemore. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Hill, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Lowry comes in for Payton. And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about. But all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yes, third in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. First in the NBA in bench rebounding and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
Bradley's checked in for P.J. Tucker.
How about your Grizz Girls fans? Give it up!
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Lowry against Teague. Right side Gasol. Shoots from 12. Uses the glass to drop it in. Gasol's got 5.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Clock at 6. Here's Bazemore. No luck. Bradley with some nice D. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Outside Gasol. Memphis moving it around. Hill. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 7 points for Hill.
Right there, that's textbook, the way Bradley opened up space for the shooter with a really fundamentally solid screen.
Kicks it to Randall. Feeds to Gortat. That one a little long.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Now we know that Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark, all along, most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
Pass to Ross. The feed now to Gortat. Top of the key, Teague. Thompson with the rebound.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Lowry passes to Hill. He dishes it to Gasol. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Gortat dishes to Randall. Pass to Ross. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. Splitters checked in for Memphis. Mr. Fundamentals comes in for Thompson. And the Pacers also making a change. Cool Hands checked in for Terrence Ross. Right wing to end the drought. They get the rebound. And Gortat kicks it to Bazemore. It's stolen by Bradley. Lowry with the ball. Picked up by Teague. Outside Bradley. Splitter sets a screen for Bradley. He feeds it to Splitter. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
And Memphis making a change here. Ginobili's checked in. Paul George, he's checked in for Indiana. Williams comes in for Kent Bazemore.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts. Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Here's the screen. Bradley kicks to Ginobili. Fires the three. And he gets it to go. Ginobili's got 6.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and freewheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
Some changes for Memphis. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Avery Bradley. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Kyle Lowry. JaVale McGee's checked in for Indiana. Getting back to Ginobili and Popovich, everyone thought Popovich would break Ginobili of his reckless ways, but in fact, you know this, it was the opposite here.
You know, Pop recognized he had something special in Ginobili, and it ended up changing his own philosophy, I mean, which I think speaks to the greatness of Greg Popovich. I mean, he was quoted as saying, you know, he does things, Ginobili, that win games. It taught me to watch a little bit more and not be so micromanagement-like, and not sure Pop's ever said that about anybody else.
Splitter sets a screen. They set the screen. Launches it. And there's Ginobili. That's good on the assist from Tucker. 9 points for Ginobili.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
And here comes the break. Payton with the ball. George picks him up. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
There's 53 seconds left in the first half of basketball. 6 on the shot clock. Splitter with a screen on T.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And both free throws good for Payton. Well, it was a slow start to his rookie year for Payton, but he came along very strong.
Yeah, it looked really good for the Magic down the stretch. Even recorded his first triple-double. I think there will be more of those in his career.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They set the pick. The dish to Ginobili. There's the three. Good. Ginobili's got 12 in the game.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Memphis out in front as they wrap up the second quarter with a tremendous Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Excellent game we've seen from Manu Ginobili.
And boy, he's doing it from long range. He's hitting inside the arc as well.
And that allows him to put real pressure on the defense by stretching it out to the three-point line, but also forcing them to have to respect him inside the arc as well.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. It's been one outstanding game from Manu Ginobili.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Lowry out there with Hill. Then there's Avery Bradley. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Thompson in at the 4 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. The 3 from Hill. The rebound by Gortat. Gortat's got his 4th rebound in this one. George passes to Gortat. Back to George. There's a screen by Gortat. Deflects the pass. Gasol with the steal. Outside Hill. Right side Gasol. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 7 points for Marc Gasol.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
No good from Ross.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Yeah, but for a guy that shoots it as well as he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
And it's Hill penetrating. Right side Gasol. In the corner, Bradley with it. Just 4 to shoot. Lowry from outside. The offensive rebound. Thompson. Great D that time from Teague.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Teague sets a screen for Gortat. Dishes it to Ross. George against Bradley. George, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 16. Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Julius Randle's checked in for cool hands. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Teague. And the Pacers call time here.
And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Lowry against Ross. He kicks to Bazemore. There's a screen. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Bazemore's got 5.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games, and they create that situation with their deliberate style.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
And he was. And unfortunately, for so many reasons, for one, he had really been progressing in the Summer League. And the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
And the Grizzlies leading by 13. Outside Lowry. Gasol a screen. The 3 from Hill. Again missing Hill.
And, you know, going back to Randall's rookie year, his troubles really started during medical checkups before the draft. They found a foot injury dating back to high school. The fifth metatarsal had been broken, which may be why he fell a few spots in the draft.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Bazemore. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And talking about Randall's rookie injuries, the Lakers were going to let him play through the foot. But once he broke the leg, they did season-ending surgery on the foot as well. Hopefully, now he can just stay healthy and get to play the game he loves.
The Pacers making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Lowry up top. He's guarded by Williams. A nice shot by Gasol. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Williams dishes to Ross. Indiana moving it around. Picked by Randall. Outside Williams. Jacks up a 3. No good. Good work defensively by Lowry. Thompson, a screen on Randall. Lowry kicks to Thompson. Thompson is double. 6 on the shot clock. And it's going to be a 3-second call. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Mr. Fundamentals checked in for Thompson. P.J. Tucker comes in for Avery Bradley. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Hill. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Kyle Lowry. In Indiana with a change here, too. McGee's checked in. That'll be a 5-second call.
You look at the turnover situation, guys, and it's not been that bad. Just a handful, and when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
Bazemore passes to Williams. Ross dishes to McGee. 7-foot shot. And it's off the back rim. No good. Memphis leading by 13. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
Gasol with the steal. Payton against Williams. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Payton kicks to Gasol. The pass to Tucker. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Tucker's got his first basket.
You know, guys, Memphis waltzed through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
Pass to Ross. Stolen by Tucker. Here's Ginobili. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
1:24 left here in the third quarter.
And guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors.
Clock at 4. Here's Bazemore.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys.
Payton dishes to Gasol. Back to Payton. Over to the wing. Gasol passes to Tucker. Ginobili with the 3. And the basket good. Ginobili's got 18 points in the game.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's McGee. Right through the D for the layup.
Not a good idea to let him get such good position in the paint.
It's more than a bad idea. It's real trouble. I mean, he'll make that 10 out of 10 times.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Here's Tucker. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. Well through three-quarters.
Every dime is a flake.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Pacers trail by 17 on the court for Indiana. They've got cool hands. Williams is out there with Teague. Then it's Paul George. And it's...
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what,
Agreed.
guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
Feeds to Bradley. Just 5 on the clock. Outside, Ginobili. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Some changes for Memphis. Splitter comes in for P.J. Tucker. And George Hills subbed in for Manu Ginobili.
Seems to me as though he's lost his way a little bit in the second half. He'd been turnover free before the break. That's certainly not the case anymore.
It's George on the wing, guarded by Bradley. Back to George. Indiana moving it around. Here's Simmons. It's rebounded by Memphis. Thompson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Outside Hill. Clock at 6. Back to Lowry. Fires for 3. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from T. Here's Simmons, guarded by Bradley. Williams kicks to George. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
It's stolen by T. From past the arc. The offensive rebound. Here's Simmons. Williams with a clean look. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Here's Lowry. On the wing, Hill. Shoots off the screen. Bradley dishes to Thompson. Williams again. Lowry. Here's Hill. And finally they hit one. And the Grizzlies lead by 17.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Timeout called the Pacers. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
Marc Gasol checked in for Splitter. And the shot is good. And 11 points for Hill. Teague against Lowry. Teague, the pass to Simmons. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
Again, missing Hill.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
Williams kicks to George. And Gasol sends it back. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Gortat with the steal. Kicks it to George. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bradley, no one around him. And again, Memphis, no good.
And really, it's going to be more of a reload than a rebuild situation for the Pacers. You would have to imagine their goal isn't just to get back to the playoffs, but to get back to being a conference final participant.
Teague inside the line. Goes back up. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Simmons.
Yeah, none too pleased with the play of his team. And you know what? They just need to get things sorted out.
Yeah, you know, there's not a coach around who would be happy with the way his guys have kind of rolled over during this run.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, he would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
During that break, Coach Dave Joerger had some words for his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Ross is checked in for Indiana. And here's George for 3. Offensive rebound. The feed to Teague. To the inside. The shot is off. Good D by Thompson. And with that whole concept of playoff reseeding, so often we'll see a 2nd or 3rd seed team get a 6th or 7th seed team in the second round. Meanwhile, Greg, the top seed plays the 4th seed no matter what.
You know, I think in a few cases it would have made a major difference in how the playoffs would have played out. And quite frankly, I think it also puts more value on the regular season if that number 1 seed could play a 7th seed, if you will, in the second round. So I think that's something that the commissioner and the competition committee might want to reassess.
That's just running the mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Outside Hill. Pass to Gasol. 3-pointer, Lowry. Memphis the rebound. He dishes it to Bradley. Thompson, a screen on George. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And Memphis making a change here. Ginobili's checked in. And it's the Pacers ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. George dishes to Gortat. Gasol with the steal. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Ginobili the pass to Gasol. Here's Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And the Grizzlies lead by 12.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
Indiana moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Outside Teague. George, that's a two-pointer. Off the left rim and out. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts that they'd come out on top.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.